In a world stitched together by myth and memory, where the pitch is sacred and every match is written in the stars, two great kingdoms rise once more. To the west, Portugal, forged by waves, raised by sailors, guided by stars. To the east, Spain, born of fire, built on rhythm, led by passion. They've stood side by side for centuries, sometimes as brothers, sometimes as rivals, but always destined to meet again. And now, under skies that swirl like ink in water, with trumpets echoing through the clouds, and banners dancing like old film reels, their soldiers take the field, not in armor, but in jerseys and boots, stitched with the dreams of millions. The air is thick with silence. Even the wind holds its breath. Because tonight, this isn't just football. It's war. A war of champions. And it was Spain who struck first. In the 21st minute, when the shadows were still young, a man emerged like a whisper through the storm. Martín Zubimendi, swift as thought, silent as smoke, pierced through the lines and into legend. A touch, a flash, a finish. The net is broken. 1-0. And from Madrid to Seville, from the Pyrenees to the coast, rose the Iberian roar. Mighty, proud, and thunderous. But Portugal never yields. It is no island. It is storm. It is sea. It is fire. Just 5 minutes later, from the edge of the Atlantic, came a bolt. Nuno Mendes. With the legs of a rebel wind and the soul of a nation beneath his boots, he struck. A left foot, a lightning bolt. The ball curled through the air like a spell and crashed home, 1-1. And the Portuguese people, they roared like waves on the cliffs of fate. But battles are not won in flashes alone. Spain, patient as an old general, waited and waited. And then, just before the break, came the moment. Pedri, with the vision of a blind artist touched by grace, slipped in a pass where no pass should live. And Oyarzabal, dancer of destiny, finished the tale with a cold stroke. A shot, a strike, a silence, 2-1, and across Portugal's face fell the long shadow of doubt. Here are moments in every tale where the past reaches forward and touches the present with fire. Moments where myths stop sleeping and rise again. And in that moment, he was there. Cristiano Ronaldo, the storm bearer, the record breaker, the name etched into 1,000 nights of glory. 61 minutes had passed. The air was thick with tension. The box was a storm of limbs, of bodies, of noise. The ball bounced. The world paused. And through the chaos, he moved like silence. One step, one strike, and the net rippled like a curtain pulled back on destiny. The stadium didn't cheer. It erupted. Not in celebration, but in awe. 2-2, the king had returned. Not to be crowned, but to remind the world why he wears the crown. And then came the time without time. Extra time. That ghostly stretch of minutes, where heroes are made not by glory, but by grit. The pitch became a battlefield of breath. Every pass, a prayer. Every tackle, a thunderclap. Legs trembled, minds blurred. Players moved not like men, but like marionettes, pulled by strings of hope. Cramp and chaos danced a twisted waltz. Shoelaces came undone. Bodies collided like crashing cymbals. One fell, then another, then another. The ball spun like a coin, tossed by fate, always landing somewhere no one expected. Yellow cards fluttered like autumn leaves. The referee's whistle shrieked like an old jazz trumpet, half melody, half madness. And yet, no breakthrough, no release. Just pain, persistence, and the echo of boots stomping on dreams. It wasn't football anymore. It was war in slow motion. And somewhere in the sky, the gods watched, waiting when all strength is spent, when all minutes are drained. The gods of football ask for something deeper. Not speed, not strength, but nerve. Silence. Stillness. The penalty shootout. The oldest trial. The loneliest stage. No more teammates. No more time. Just one ball, one goal, and the weight of a kingdom resting on your shoulders. And so the duel begins. Olcan Gonzalo Ramos. The young striker steps forward first. His eyes are still, but his pulse, you can feel it from the stands. He runs. He strikes. Straight down the middle. Goal. The net flutters. Portugal breathes. Okel. Mikel Merino. From the Spanish side, Marino answers. No theatrics. No tremble. Just cold precision. A left-footed shot. Sharp as a blade. Into the corner. 1-1. Vitinha walks like he's floating. Calm, but focused. Like a painter before the first brushstroke. He plants his foot, and with a gentle curve, places it low and perfect. 2-1. Portugal again. Alex Baena. Baena cracks his neck. His shot is not gentle. It's a cannon. He fires low to the right. Unstoppable. 2-2. Curi Bruno Fernandes. Then comes the gladiator. Bruno Fernandes. Eyes fixed. Shoulders square. He dances forward. Elegant. Like a matador. Then strikes like a hammer. Off the post. But in. 3-2. The tide tilts again. Isco. The magician. He stares at the crossbar like it's an old friend. A chip. A blast. Number. A perfect strike. Upward. Brushing the bar and dropping in like a feather. 3-3. Nuno Mendes. And now, the boy who once lit the fire in the first half. Nuno Mendes. He stands with the silence of someone who knows what this means. A deep breath, a left foot swings, and thunder rolls. 4-3. Portugal leads again. Alvaro Morata. And here comes Morata. Everything slows down. The crowd fades. The sound disappears. He steps forward. He shoots, but it's saved. The Portuguese keeper dives like a bolt of fate. The ball is stopped. The spell is broken. The silence turns into a scream. Portugal sees the finish line. Ura Ruben Neves. Now, with one step between legend and history, comes Ruben Neves. He walks calmly, as if the weight of a nation is a feather in his pocket. The stadium holds its breath. No sound, no wind, not even time moves. He looks up. He strikes. Goal. 5-3. It's done. The crowd erupts like 1,000 drums. The bench clears. Arms rise. Tears fall. And Portugal rises into the stars. And so, when the dust had settled, when the noise had given way to silence, Portugal remained, not untouched, not unscarred, but unbroken. They stood in the ruins of the battle, boots stained with effort, eyes flooded with tears, some of sorrow, most of joy. Above them, the stars blinked as if in applause. Below them, the cup shimmered like a treasure drawn from myth. This was not just victory, it was vindication. Proof that heart can triumph over history, that spirit can outlast strength. The Portuguese crowd sang not just in celebration, but in gratitude. For heroes who rose, for legends who endured, for a night that would never fade. And as the camera pulls away, the players still dance, the confetti still falls, and the story echoes into the sky. The end, but never forgotten.